Here is another problem. It is white's move, and now black should notice that he can play like this to attack this bishop and to prepare defense for queen, and this move is checkmate. So after this move, if white wants to grab material and wins this bishop, threatening the rook, then black simply checkmates white king. However, if white understands this threat, he can castle, but then black wins the bishop, white captures back, and black wins this exchange, attacking the rook. And after this sequence of moves, black has the advantage. And here is another problem. It is black's move, and black wins the knight. And what to do now? Playing like this is pointless because king goes to safety. But if white captures with his rook this bishop, then the rook can, for example, play like this, and it's a decoying motive, so then we have queen check, forking the king and the rook, and it looks like this. Check, and winning the rook. But instead, capturing this rook, black can also double the rooks on the d-file. Now, to answer to this, white has also to double the rooks on the d-file, and now capturing the rook, and again the situation is the same, but there is only queens left on the board, and white is one pawn ahead. Here is another problem. It is black's move, and black wins the knight. Note that capturing back the rook is a bad idea because of this move, and also that the bishop is still attacked here. But white should notice that he can check black's king, and now black is in trouble. Black has only 3 legal moves. One of them is king f7, the second is king h8, and the third is king f8. Nothing else is possible. So if black kings play here to f8, it allows him to stay in the game for a while, but white has a decisive advantage after that move. What if black plays king f7? If he plays like this, then queen g6 check, king goes to f8, and bishop takes g7 checkmate. So black decides to go here. But is it a good idea? Actually, it's not, because now bishop takes g7 check, king takes bishop, queen plays to g6 check, and now the king can go either here or here. It's actually the same because of this move, checkmate. And the next problem. It is white's move. White wins the pawn and threatens the queen. So what to do now? If queen takes, then rook takes back. But if this rook leaves the first rank, we have such a move checking white's king, and then the best thing is to sacrifice the queen. This rook actually is here waiting to be captured. So let's take a look at the full sequence of moves. And black is the knight up. And here is another problem. It is black's move. And what to do now? This bishop attacks our bishop, but it's defended here and here. But what if we grab the bishop like this? Then black captures back. But if we play like this, capturing the knight and sacrificing the rook, we win a bishop and the knight for a rook. And white has the advantage. Here is another problem. It is white's move. And what to do now? Black cannot do anything with his rook at the moment. But white is threatening pawn e8, promoting to queen. Black should notice here that he can threaten checkmate with his rook and his bishop. But how? If black plays his rook here, then note that all the squares around the king are attacked. This square is attacked by the pawn, this square is attacked by the pawn, and all those squares are attacked by the rook. But playing like this now is impossible because king just takes the rook. And also this bishop is hanging. But if we play like this, defending this square for the rook, and now also our bishop is defended, then there is a very big threat of checkmate. And if white doesn't see this and plays for promotion, then it's checkmate. So instead of this, if white manages to see this, he should play like this, defending this square. But now this pawn is hanging and there is no longer a threat of pawn promotion to queen, and black is better. Black has one rook more and also one additional pawn. Here is another problem. It is black's move. And what to do now? White does not have much attack possibilities, maybe apart from this move, which gives white small advantage. But there is a better move. But how to find it? If we play knight here, sacrificing the knight, in the next move pawn takes it, then we open the file for the rook to give check, and then the king has to go out of this file. So if he goes here, then our king is just ready to capture the rook, and in the result of this exchange we should win a rook and a pawn for a knight. Sounds promising. Let's try this. Check. Check. And white is better. And what to do now? There are some attack possibilities for white, but there is only one move that gives white a big advantage, and it is like this. Not only does it threaten the bishop, but it also opens the g-file, and now black's king is vulnerable for checks. But let's say he will capture back like this, and now we have the possibility to give check and fork the knight and the king. So we win the knight with check, and we bring the rook to the game. With check, black defends, and it's checkmate. And now what? The best move for white is like this. it attacks black's knight and gives the tactical game. So what to do now? If black, this position now is very complicated and black has some possibilities. For example, black can play like this, and then white replies with this move, and there is the queen's exchange, and after another exchange white is one knight ahead. But if instead of this black wants to keep it simple, then he plays like this. He wins a pawn but loses the bishop. Check, and now bishop safely retreats, and after this sequence of moves white is one bishop ahead. White wins the rook. Now black can take back this rook, but it leads to equal game. So how to play to win? Note that if black wins this bishop, then this pawn is just one square from promotion, so white will have to capture it. And then if he captures, he loses this rook. So it looks like this. And black is one bishop ahead.